Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you might be. I am CMC. That guy over there is MCKD. And this is The Widiots. And this is the I Want to Hold Your Ham edition. So, before we get any further, hit them with your shout outs.
Well, as always, got to give a shout out to my mom. She might be watching. I think she is. I don't know. Shout out to the ones that make you smile. Shout out to everyone here who's here now, will be coming. And this week, let's see, what do we have happen this week? Shit, I don't even know. Shout out to my Kendall crew. I was up there last night. Royal had a big win over Waniwak. And yeah, and I got to hold a giant plastic cardboard, whatever they call that material, facial cutout. And I was told every time that a certain individual scored, I was supposed to like wave it, just hold it up and wave it. Well, he ended up going for, 57, 8 points. I don't even know. My arms are still sore, Corey. Okay, my arms are sore. But good game, good time. Made her home. Thought it was going to snow. Didn't. We got absolutely diddly poo down here, maybe a half inch. It's pretty much already melted. So, but that's it. What about you?
Well, shout out to everybody watching, anybody that's going to watch in the near future. Sorry for kind of the low energy approach tonight. Not going to get into it, but it's just been a day, guys. So, that being said, shout out to anybody that's going through a rough time right now. Anybody that came here seeking some form of entertainment, we're going to do our best to give that to you. Shout out to our weather forecasters that absolutely nailed the forecast for Juneau County. They got about a foot in Warrens, a foot in Victory is what I saw. Probably about 8 to 10 inches in Toma, about 5 to 6 over here where I'm at. And they're running out of places to put the snow, so shout out to those guys for trying to find places to throw the snow. Yeah, and then just one thing I did want to say before we, really get into it. If you're having a hard time, if you are out there struggling, just know that there are people out there that wish you well, they care, they give a shit, they will listen, and and there's more help available out there if needed. So, that being said, let's get into it because I need to insult the Chicago Bears in such a bad way. So let's just get that out of the way right now.
Facebook friend Christine is here.
Hey, I see that.
Liz is here.
Yep, saw that.
Hey, I now before we get into the Bears, I'm going to start this question so they got plenty of time to answer it. Me and well, Dana is she nixed cable, so we're trying to find the best way to do local channels. And antenna at her house sucks. So how do you, as everybody else, get their local channels? I got a big ass antenna on my house. So I don't have to worry about that. But we're trying everything. We're trying to figure out what the cheapest way is just to get antenna TV. And nothing really works at her house. We've tried. Well, there's Zumo. We got Sling and Pluto and all that, but it just doesn't. Nothing really connects in terms of price tag versus what we're getting. So anyway, if anyone knows Dana or whatever, talk to her, let her know, or just say it in the chat or whatever. If there's anything fancy that we're missing. So anyway, Corey, let's hit them Hammond, Indiana Bears.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, I saw this come out earlier in the week. I think the governor of Indiana sent out a tweet saying that they have land near a place called, I think, Wolf River near Hammond,
Yeah.
Indiana. Um, and they were more than welcome to start building the stadium there. There was a proposal already out for a domed stadium. So the Bears are also going to be pussies and just not play out in the elements. Obviously, nothing's working out with the state of Illinois. What the hell? Yeah, not entirely, Cohen.
I think he's on to something there. I think he's on to something there. I mean, Scully, that's not a bad idea. I don't know if that would be my one movie to play over and over, but it certainly would get me through at least a week and a half. Yeah, Chaz Michaels. We need him. We need him right now.
Liz uses Fire Stick.
Yep. Okay, we've
Don't
got.
know if that catches the locals, but
That's the thing. It's so stupid, but it just doesn't. I don't understand. They got deals with everything else, but you can't grab a channel 25 miles away.
right, yeah, it's just stupid.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, go on with the Hammond Hibernators, as Sargent has already nicknamed them.
Yeah, well, I have another name for them, but that's going to be coming soon because that's going to be a long form joke, I think. So this is coming from YahooSports.com because none of the Chicago papers want me to read their fucking stories. So here we go. For a long time now, the Chicago Bears Stadium saga has felt like political theater. It's been difficult to parse what's real, what's leverage, and what's nothing more than a pipe dream. The Bears have been negotiating with the state of Illinois for years about building a new stadium, something that feels both essential and inevitable given the current state of Soldier Field. While it is a beloved venue with a prime downtown location by the lake, it's also the smallest stadium in the NFL. That's inexcusable for one of the league's most iconic and valuable brands. Okay, but here's the thing. Here is where the Bears ownership fucked it up. Now, Soldier Field, up until about, I think it was 2003, was actually a national landmark. And with a national landmark, you cannot fuck with the building. You have to leave it as is. Well, what did the Bears do in the early to late aughts? They put in skyboxes, and that screwed with the iconic pillars that are at the front of the stadium. So now it is no longer a designated national landmark. And apparently they can't add any more to it. So this is why they're trying to get out. Just another case of why the Bears still suck. There's also the issue of ownership. Soldier Field is owned by the Chicago Park District, not the Bears. That limits the franchise's valuation and caps the annual revenue they're able to generate. A new stadium would change that. It would allow the Bears to control their own venue, expand seating capacity, and host year-round marquee events like Super Bowls, Final Fours, and major concerts. Built in the right location, it would also open the door to a surrounding entertainment district, restaurants, bars, retail, maybe even a casino, because that's the last thing Illinois needs, all centered around the Bears brand. New stadium is inevitable. The question has always been where. For years, Arlington Heights appeared to be the answer. The Bears have purchased the land, but negotiations with Illinois over tax certainty and infrastructure support have dragged. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson continues to push for the team to remain within city limits, but from an infrastructure standpoint, that has never even been remotely realistic. Then Indiana entered the conversation. Over the past few months, Bears CEO Kevin Warren, clearly frustrated with stagnant negotiations in Illinois, began engaging Indiana Governor Mike Braun, who has openly expressed enthusiasm about bringing the Bears across state lines. Indiana lawmakers moved quickly in lockstep with the governor. At first, it felt like a leverage play for the Bears. Then it became very real this week. On Thursday, Indiana lawmakers advanced Senate Bill 27, legislation that would create a Northwest Indiana Stadium Authority, empowered to acquire land, issue bonds, and help finance a Bears stadium near Wolf Lake in Hammond, Indiana. The bill passed unanimously and is widely viewed as a major step toward making Hammond a legitimate option. Shortly after, the Bears issued a statement calling the legislation the most meaningful step forward in our stadium planning efforts to date, adding that they would continue conducting site specific due diligence on the Hammond location. These developments came after an Illinois House Committee hearing on a bill that could have helped keep the Bears in Arlington Heights was canceled, reportedly at the Bears' request. Governor J.B. Pritzker of Illinois publicly expressed surprise and disappointment after reading the Bears' statement about Indiana. Illinois lawmakers have pushed back rhetorically against losing the Bears, but rhetoric and legislation are two different things. As of now, there's no competing Illinois bill that has gained comparable momentum. That's what makes this week different. Indiana has meaningful movement, Illinois does not. It's important to note that the Bears have not legally committed to relocating. Illinois is not officially out of the picture, but there is now credible, tangible momentum toward Hammond, and it's clear this is no longer just a bluff. So basically, the Senate bill in Indiana still needs final approval, which needs a full House vote and governor's signature. It appears they're going to try to get that in before they adjourn, potentially by the end of next week. Indiana will formally have the authority and financial mechanisms to facilitate a stadium deal, if that were to happen. Second, Illinois must respond. The previously canceled hearing on legislation that would provide the Bears tax certainty in Arlington Heights has reportedly been rescheduled for February 26th, back end of next week. Illinois legislature remains in session through May 2026, but time is of the essence. Momentum matters. If Illinois can move quickly, then that would make things pivot back toward Arlington Heights. Then third, obviously, watch the Bears' language because, well, they're the Bears. And finally, of course, there's the NFL. Any move outside Illinois would require league review and formal relocation approval. Process takes time and would begin only once the Bears commit to a specific plan. Even with state legislation in place, the NFL has the final say. So there's a whole lot of hoops to jump through at this point. Now, if the Bears were to move to Hammond, Indiana, as the momentum looks now, they would only be the second NFL team located in a town called Hammond. You'd have to go back to the 1920s. I think it may have even been Hammond, Indiana. The Hammond Pros were a league champion in the 20s. I think one of the first ones, like within the first 5 years. The franchise folded before the end of the decade, I think primarily due to the Great Depression. But I just, I was making jokes all this week about the Bears becoming the new Hammond Pros. I've also kind of floated the idea of the Bears just moving back to Decatur, Illinois and becoming the Staleys again. Because why the fuck not? I mean, they would hold the same history, essentially. I mean, by the end of all this, they're still going to be the Chicago Bears because Hammond and Gary, Indiana are basically right next door to Chicago. So they would not lose their identity. They'd just be changing states. And so basically, it'd be like, oh, we could see New York City from here, from East Rutherford, New fucking Jersey.
Yep. I am all for leaving that hellhole of a city. Whatever their reason is, it's not going to make them a better team. I am vehemently against a domed stadium. That is
especially in the north.
It is just. I think the NFL should outlaw the sons of bitch and things. That is just pansy football at its finest when you're playing that shit all the time. And I don't care for that at all. I was just talking to Scully here in the chat. Man, when I play Madden and I can move my team, I always move. They used to have a couple way back in the day, like cold weather cities. But now the only really true one is, it's always Anchorage, Alaska. All right, cool, fine, whatever. So I move them to Anchorage just to play in the snow as much as I can, but I always play in an open stadium. Just
Right.
makes it that much more fun. But no, it means everybody wants to put in a dome now so they can have more events there, so they can make more money outside of the NFL, and it's stupid.
You know, the funny thing is, you mentioned the franchise relocation option in Madden. I remember back in the day, I think it's when the franchise was on maybe Super Nintendo, maybe. They did have the option to create expansion teams. So I would always put an expansion team in New Lisbon just for the fuck of it. Because, you know, it would let you like pinpoint the location. And well, I could read a map when I was a kid. So I was able to pinpoint the location. I think I've had teams in New Lisbon, Boston, the Dells. I mean, I've had them everywhere just for fun and games.
Yep. Yep. It's cool to dink around in there, and I just hate that it's a domed stadium. The good news is though, Hammond, Indiana does have a Cabela's. Not saying my fandom for that certain company is like it was 20 years ago because it's fallen off a cliff, but there is a Cabela's in Hammond, Indiana. So if they need any goodies, they can go probably right down the street.
Yeah, they absolutely could. Any cold weather supplies to be right there.
Yep. But I just cannot believe you want to move closer to Gary. Woo! Have at it. Have at
Yep.
it. I mean,
They're
we
moving
all
clear to the
know.
other fucking side of Gary.
Yeah. Oof. And the nice thing is though, we know like the tax breaks and all this closed door shit that's going to make the deal work for them. It's all financial
Right.
crap. But
Right.
yeah, I just wish we wouldn't do the dome thing. And there's going to be great lake effect snow there on the south end. Ooh, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice.
Oh, it's going to be a beauty. I mean, especially lake effect on that part of the lake because that part that's what gets hit the most.
Yeah, that was the worst driving I ever was in from Kalamazoo to just before Chicago, December. Oh my God, lake effect. Never seen anything like it. I don't know how we made it. I don't know how we made it.
Speaking of lake effect, Kevin,
Oh,
did you see there was a location in Minnesota up on the north shore of Lake Superior that caught 40.4 inches over the last 3 days?
damn. I'm going to pack my bags here real quick. Holy cow. I wonder, let's see.
Oh, I can find it real quick. I know approximately where it was.
I mean, North Shore over 40 inches. What, Ely? Ely's way up in there, though.
No, it wasn't Ely. It's a longer name.
Hovland.
Yeah, that's one.
Jesus. And they got almost a foot more than the next spot. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that storm was not fucking around up there.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I mean, that's just them where you're like, you get so much and it's snowing so hard and you're kind of like, well, should I go shovel now? And then you do, and then you just got to go do it again. And it's like, oh, man. But then if you don't, you go out and there's 40 inches of snow you got to dick around. Oh, my goodness.
Right.
I'm
Okay,
going.
so I'm not sure about you, but I do have a taste test this week.
I do not. Go ahead with yours.
Okay. Well, it just happened to be perusing the local festival foods, as you do. And I saw 2 flavors of Oreos that I have yet to try.
Oh.
So, we got the Reese's Oreos.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one that I think you would definitely be all up for, especially if there was the zero sugar version. Birthday cake.
I'm pretty sure I've had the birthday cake. I don't know about the Reese's one.
Well, that's the one we're gonna try first because that was the one that had me the most curious. And because I'm a solid chunk of man, you know. Oh, shit, they smell great. This is the Reese's ones we're doing first. Oh, dude, these Reese's ones are it.
Oh, here we go. Man, no one's gonna puke though. That's not what we're here for, Corey. We need you to puke.
After the day I had today, I kind of want something that tastes good so I don't go to bed with a sour taste in my mouth. All right. I'm going to take a crack at the old birthday cake ones here now. But first, I got to cleanse my palate with show sponsor that's not a sponsor, Potosi Holiday Beer.
I was thinking we were gonna get another dad water out of the fridge.
Oh, fuck no. I dumped those all last Friday. Jesus Christ. All right. Okay, so these birthday cake ones, they smell like funfetti frosting. So far, Scully's right on the nose. Because he said he's going to guess that it probably tastes just like frosting. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Okay, so for the Reese's, I would say 10 out of 10.
Ooh, dang.
I love me a Reese's, so
Yeah.
that's kind
Yeah.
of where I'm at on that.
Yeah.
For the birthday cake, I'm going a smidge lower, but they're still really good. And yes, Scully, I did see your suggestion. For the birthday cake ones, I would say probably 8.75.
Damn. It's good stuff.
So I am going to attempt to do a proper twist off with equal coating of frosting for each one here. I ain't never had any luck with it with this particular deal here, but we're gonna give it a shot.
It's probably gonna be really good.
I'm about to find out.
It's gotta be.
Okay. So, yep, we do have the double stuff effect here. So you see the Reese's on the bottom, the birthday cake up top. That is diabetes in a cookie.
Beautiful.
That combo is an easy 9.5.
Dang. It's like an all timer. Okay, Coley, you calm down. Giving us directions on what to do. We just had a 975 combo. That shit don't exist. Damn. Although Coley's one son, he may one day go to prison for mass theft of Reese's peanut butter cups. And I'd say that's one hell of a way to go. I mean, if you're going out with a bang, get them peanut butter cups. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so That was pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
Nestle isn't
Well, yeah,
Oreo Nabisco? You got the package. Look at the package.
yeah, it's Nabisco.
Nabisco. But then Reese's ain't Nabisco. That's Reese's, I think.
No, they're owned by some big chocolate corporation.
Yeah, probably it's that other one. Not Nestle. What's the other one? I don't know.
Well, Coley, you know someone that drinks beer with Oreos now.
Yeah. I mean,
I've only been doing this since I was in my 20s. I mean,
yeah. We ain't stopping now. Beer and Oreos, which is probably going to be the next flavored sour beer from Youngblood. You never know. Whew. Man, nine. Yeah, speaking of Juneau County, folks, I talked with Corey, and he was not pooping in a snowbank earlier. So just to clear it up, was not pooping in the snowbank north of New Minor, which you get 6 inches of snow up there, and that place shuts down for about a month and a half.
yeah, I definitely would not have ventured much farther north than Necedah today, but
Like I couldn't even imagine that. I've been up there the morning. There was like, God, how much was there? Probably 3-4 inches of snow the day before, and I was just driving around. It was during gun season, and the plows ain't out. I'm there in the butt crack of dawn. The plows haven't even bothered to come out because it's like maybe one person lives down that road and 2 people live down this road. They don't even bother.
right.
It's awesome. Oh man, Mars.
Yeah, Mars owns the Reese's peanut butter
Is that
cups.
Reese's?
Yeah, that's part of the whole like M&M and
Yep.
Milky Way and God knows what else. Mars has pretty much cornered the market on good chocolates. Uh, also of note, yesterday I came across honey roasted peanut M&Ms.
Whoa. And
Delicious. I would say an easy 8.5.
okay. Okay.
So
Damn.
there you go, folks. Get a rare triple taste test out of me this week.
No, man. I don't even hardly eat M&Ms anymore. They cost so damn much, and you get like a little handful in each bag. You
Yeah, I
know.
mean it's a you get the share size, which is only enough for one person,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely worth it when they're actually good.
Yeah, I like the crispy ones back in the day in the blue
Oh, the
bag.
pretzel ones.
No, no, no. It was like
Oh,
they
they're
were
more like Nestle Crunch.
yeah. Those were good. I like.
I
And of
remember
course,
those.
I'm peanut butter guy. Just give me the peanut butter ones, not
Yep,
peanut
same here.
butter.
Yep,
Side
same
note.
here.
Side note. Not a big M&M peanut guy. That'll ruffle some feathers everywhere, and people
Oh,
are
I'm
upset.
sure it will.
Oh, jeez, Christ.
Oh, speaking of food combos, after I just did that whole combo of the uh, Oreo cookies here, saw a clip the other day from when it must have been a recent visit that Jeff Daniels had on the Colbert's Late Show.
Oh, I know where you're going. Yeah.
Yep. Uh, Colbert asked Jeff Daniels what his favorite sandwich was. And this man said this with his whole chest in these United States that he was going to take a chunk of pita bread, slather peanut butter on it, Then take, what was it? Sour cream and cheese ruffles? Was that it?
Yep, cheddar sour cream. Yep,
Yep. Cheddar sour cream ruffles. Or was it Lay's? It was one of the two.
Ruffles, I
Spread them
think.
out. And then barbecue sauce on top of that. Fold
Sweet
over the
baby.
pita.
He called it Sweet Baby James, but I think he meant Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm absolutely certain he meant Sweet Baby Ray's.
Yeah, I don't. I think he smushed most of the chips, right? Or did he just leave them
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, it was like a crumble.
Yeah, God, I don't. I can't imagine that being too good. But to each their own.
I'm tempted to try it. I just have to find decent pita bread.
Yeah, yeah, that would be. Ugh, that's a rough one. But here I am, telling people about ketchup, bologna, and bread and butter pickle sandwiches. All right,
Right.
it's delicious, delicious. Oh no, we're not going to famous Dave Scully. Oh no, no, no. I
Certainly
mean,
not the one in Alaska.
not the one in Owatonna, Minnesota either. Ooh, that one will send you to the ER. Now, what could happen here is this sandwich could be at Bronco Billy's in the coming months as sandwich of the month.
Right.
And I think if that happens, that's a sign from above. We got to get to Bronco Billy's.
Yeah, I mean, Scully's only been pushing for this for a year.
Well, they got to have that damn hot dog sandwich again, or whatever the fuck it was.
We might see that again this summer.
Yeah, I hope.
And so, oh yeah, we can do a little update. I think we both have updates. Pretty sure you had one about your second job or lack thereof.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. For those who know or don't know or whatever it is, my beautiful, illustrious job at the local liquor store is no longer. The place sold, and I was in there Wednesday talking with one of the new guys in charge, and probably not going to happen. So, does not sound like anyone's staying on or anyone's going to get hired. Ever. So, but wish them nothing but the best. Hopefully they do good there or whatever. But I will no longer be slinging booze, as they say. So who knows? Now I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs.
Yeah,
But
you'll figure something out.
yeah, no
It'll give
worries.
you more. It'll give you more time to post incessantly on the Facebook page, which I
Yeah,
think is going to be the way to up our views on there, so we can start getting money.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what we're gonna do. Time for a CDL. Jesus.
Christ, I cannot see you as a truck driver.
No, I tell everybody get the fuck out of my way. Thank you, Facebook friend Christine. I could go work in Boo, but I don't know if there's a lot of hours to wiggle around there. I don't know. We'll see. There's a big pay raise that I would need to even do much, so not overly concerned about it. Certainly miss it. It was a fun gig, but on to the next.
Yep. And then, as some of you may have seen this last weekend, which, judging by the views on YouTube and Facebook, it was only a handful. Um, you may have noticed that I was at Old Baraboo Inn again last weekend. I still have to get back and listen to that video again because I thought I caught a disembodied voice probably about halfway through. So I do have to go in and review that again. It would have been when I was on the main level. But overall, pretty active day. I mean, given that it was Valentine's Day, um, there was some different characters about the place. We had two tour groups come through, one at 4 o'clock, one at I think it was 7. First tour group had a pair of teachers from Northern Illinois that came up, and they do a little ghost hunting on the side. So they had equipment with them. They had capos, they had an ovilus, they had just all kinds of different stuff. And their ovilus was fucking active when we were just doing like the introductory thing at the beginning of the tour. And an interesting name came up that, if you know the history of Valentine's Day in Chicago, would be very, very interesting. We believe that Machine Gun Jack McGurn came through, who was one of the perpetrators of the St. Valentine's Day massacre. And it would make perfect sense because it was, I think, this was the 97th anniversary of said massacre. And he also died on Valentine's Day, 1936, after being shot in the back at a bowling alley in Chicago. So definitely, Machine Gun Jack is very active during that time. He does occasionally make visits in spirit form to the old Baraboo Inn, seeking out one of his former favorite working girls that is only known by the letter V. So I've been given some tips on how to get him to come across a little more often, which means at some point in the near future I will be investing in a tripwire. And, hey, I might be talking to a pretty famous Chicago mobster at some point. And before we move on, I also want to mention tomorrow night, if you haven't gotten your tickets for this event yet, what the hell are you doing? It is Ghost Camp in the Dead of Winter at Old Baraboo Inn this Saturday night. Special guest Scotty Rourke, psychic medium, good friend of mine, good guy, fun guy to hang around with. I've investigated with that man a bunch of times, and it's always something different every time. We will have all 3 levels to explore. The investigation goes from 6 p.m. until 11 p.m. or later, depending on how things go. Myself, as one of the facilitators of this investigation, I will be up in the old brothel with my friend Kalina Shira. The main level, I think, is going to be covered by some of Scotty's team from Madison. And then Scotty himself will be down in the basement at the infamous murder pole. So be sure, if you haven't gotten your tickets yet. I don't know if it's sold out yet. I'm kind of hoping it is. But get in. It's a full 5-hour investigation. Always some interesting shit coming about when that happens. And I think the bar itself will be open during the investigation, I think. So, I mean, be sure, if nothing else, come down, when we open at 3. I don't think I'm going to be there till 4 or 5, but, come on down, check it out. You never know who you might run into as far as spirits go. Could be Cowboy, which I see Liz did mention. I do have a funny story about Cowboy and Liz. I don't know if I've made mention of it on this show. And if gracious enough to give me permission to tell the story on air, I absolutely will because it was pretty funny. Because there's an actual part two to it. So, Liz, hit me in the comments. Let me know if it's cool or not, and then we will keep going because this will just take us right into spooky talk. So,
And I may make an appearance at OBI tomorrow. I don't know yet.
dude, you're not going to be doing anything.
I know, but I might have to have one of those things.
A
Tater tots.
colonoscopy?
I had two of them already. I don't need another one of them for a while. Tater tots, Corey. Could have tater tots.
I think we're running Capone dogs tomorrow, so you might have to get yourself a Chicago dog.
Ooh, that'd be all right. I mean, I'm a hot dog fan anyway. Why not?
Yeah, we know you love wiener in your mouth.
Yeah,
It's a known fact.
known fact.
I mean, I'm not sure if Dana's aware of it, but she is now.
She is now. Loaded tots. Absolutely.
Okay, so while I'm waiting for Liz's response, I'll actually get into our spooky time story of the night, and we'll go from there. So, again, we run to phantomsandmonsters.com. Lon Strickler always has a good story for any state in the union. I am going to have to probably dig into some of his Alaska stories because he does have them.
Excellent.
But this one, we return to Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin, actually. So anything north of Highway 10. Headline reads, and this was posted back in December of 2024, and it's a chunky read. So we're gonna have some time to spend with this one. UFO encounter in northern Wisconsin scares family is the headline. All right. Now, apparently, this is going to be going back into the past a little bit. So the writer states, and then Kev, if you could just keep an eye on the comments for me if Liz responds to my question, if he's paying attention. So this was okay. The writer states, "Hello, thanks for reading this. When I was 12 years old, my family bought a fishing cabin in Chippewa County, Wisconsin, about 70 miles from our home. On our first visit to stay in this cabin, it was kind of a work vacation, meaning we were painting and fixing stuff, as well as fishing. One of the people who lived near this cabin came over to say hi and introduce herself. During her visit, she told us, 'Don't be afraid of the purple glowing mist you'll see. It's just from the UFOs and it won't hurt you.' Well, fuck. Okay.
Welcome
That's
to the
a hell of a start.
Jesus.
Okay. Full disclosure, folks, when I do these stories, it is a cold read. So I'm just as surprised as y'all. As I'm sitting over here like Rue McClanahan clutching my pearls. I do declare. Anywho, all of us kids snickered at this while elbowing each other, so my mom chased us off and apologized to the woman. She later yelled at us for being rude. 2 nights later, we were out night fishing with our dad. The stars were amazing looking, without the urban light pollution, and we were all pointing at different constellations and challenging each other to name them. My youngest brother pointed to a perfect circle of about 8 bright stars and asked, "What are those called?" Uh-oh. We all kind of froze and stared because, well, there's no such constellation, yet here it was. While we were looking at it, all the stars took off silently in different directions and vanished over the surrounding horizons. Naturally, we ran. Looking back, it was stupid to run. I mean, the things were already gone. But we were spooked and we ran as fast as we could back to the cabin where Mom was sleeping. About halfway there, our dad overtook us and ran straight into the cabin ahead of us, slamming the door.
Jesus.
Oh, shit. When we got to the cabin, he told us, just shut up and go to bed. Typical Midwest dad.
Yeah.
He sounded angry, so we did just that. The next morning at breakfast, when we tried to talk about it, Dad angrily said that he didn't remember any of that and to stop with the stupid stories. Again, typical Midwest dad. My sister asked, "Why did you run then?" He said he
Jesus.
was tired and wanted to get to bed, was all. He was tired, so he ran. My dad could be real naive sometimes. This wasn't the only time we saw things in the sky while staying there, but it was the most interesting. We tried on a few occasions to get pictures, but it was the early 60s, and cameras sucked half the time back then. At least the cheap kid cameras that we had. We were afraid to ask to use Dad's good camera for that. We only had that cabin for a few years when my dad suddenly sold it. We never could get him to talk about that night. He would firmly deny it every time we tried. Never did see the purple glowing mist, though. We looked for it. Now, the funny thing is, I do believe northern Wisconsin, I want to say maybe over by Hudson, there is a distinct purple glow, but it's from a grow house.
Hmm. Yeah, Hudson and Chippewa County are far enough away where you ain't going to see a purple glow that far. I
Yeah,
wouldn't
there's
imagine.
like a it's like a hydroponics warehouse, kind of
Jeez.
like on your way into Wisconsin from the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
Um, I want to say they like grow lettuce there.
Electric lettuce.
Oh no, that's over in Minnesota where it's legal. Ain't that right, Liz?
That's true.
Let's see if there's anything else here. It does not look like Lon had any follow up for this. So I'll just kind of get your read on the story because, I mean,
Man, the '60s. I mean, it's weird that this woman. Hey, welcome to the neighborhood. By the way, don't worry about that purple stuff with the aliens. And then
right?
the only time they saw it was the first time. Like, okay,
Well, it sounds like they may have had multiple other sightings, but when they tried to get pictures, that's when things kind of went off the rails.
Hmm. Then he just ups and sells it, but he never talked about that night, which is strange.
Yeah, that's very typical Midwest dad behavior for that time period.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I don't know.
Or he might have been former military, which is kind of what I'm leaning toward.
Be interesting to hear from some of the other kids, like what their recollection of it was,
Right.
because it sounds like we've got at least two or three other ones.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah,
probably a good Catholic family, probably about 5 or 10 kids.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a strange one. Of course, could be all made up too. Who knows?
It could be. But we do know Wisconsin is a hot spot for UFOs. I mean,
Good story.
yeah, I think next week I'm probably going to look for something in a little bit closer to regards to Bigfoot.
Yes.
I know there's plenty of stories of that running around in the Northwoods and
Oh, yeah.
elsewhere in Wisconsin.
Absolutely.
So we'll find one of those. And I don't think either Liz is running on a delay or she just had just completely spaced out. But I had taken Liz a couple years ago to OBI, and we were closing up for the night after I think it was a mini ghost hunt, and then I was bartending, and We were working our way to the back door, and she just kind of, that pass through area where you go from the front bar to the back bar?
Yep.
She stopped dead in her tracks right there. And I just happened to be walking back about the same pace. And I looked at her and I was like, "You good? Like, what happened?" And when she finally got around to talking about it, she said that somebody was behind her. And well, you've met Liz. She's a pretty tall girl, she's
Mhm.
5'7", 5'8", somewhere in there. And she said somebody above her head had whispered or coughed in her ear. And I just looked at her and I kind of looked at the front of the bar and I was like, "Cowboy, knock it off. She's with me tonight." you know, kind kind of a kind of a line like that is usually Cowboys mostly respectful. For anybody that doesn't know, at OBI we do have the spirit of a cowboy that is only known by Cowboy. We don't know his first name, although I have some guesses as to what it might be. Um, but he was a tall dude, handsome dude, spoke with a southern drawl, so it's pretty easy to figure out that he must have been up here on like a cattle run and then really liked the area. So this is kind of where he comes back to haunt. Um, but it wasn't until I want to say sometime in the fall we were doing a ghost hunt. We were upstairs in the brothel. It was myself and one other person leading a group upstairs, and Cowboy started coming through on the Necrophonic app that I have, and it's like a database of words with some white noise, and the spirits are supposed to be able to pick out the words and try to cough out a full sentence. Um, well, when Cowboy announced his presence, I asked Cowboy, "Hey, do you remember when I had Liz here like last year and you scared the shit out of her?" I shit you not, Kev. A deep southern drawl came through that device and said, "Maybe."
Maybe. Maybe.
So,
There you go.
yeah, so Cowboy is one of the intelligent spirits that you might run into at OBI. They're the ones that actually remember what they did. Um,
That's crazy.
yeah, I mean there's a fair mix of residual and intelligent spirits. I love interacting with the intelligent spirits the most because you never know what you're going to get out of them.
Yeah.
One of these days, I hope you get that same experience too, because I think you will probably shit a brick.
I'm ready.
Because I want to tell you right now, and you know this from watching paranormal TV, like the odds of seeing a full body apparition,
Mm.
slim to none. I've been lucky enough to see two. One on video, one with my own eyes.
I only saw that one on what the hell was it?
Ghost Hunters at St. Augustine.
Yeah, that wasn't that was like the shit going over the railing, but they had one. It was a prison where that black flash ghost.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if that's an apparition or not, but that was weird. That was really weird.
yeah.
Not
That might have been Waverly Hills.
it could have been.
It
That's
was
just
either
weird.
Waverly or Eastern States.
Yeah, I mean, because if that ain't a person, what the fuck is that?
Exactly.
I mean, there ain't no animals doing shit like that and stopping on a dime and turning and not even like, or you didn't even turn. It just went forward and back.
Yeah.
Like,
Like the
I
fuck
don't
is
know.
that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's some interesting evidence. That's for sure.
Oh, 100%. Okay, so rolling into the next thing here. I just realized I didn't even get our mascot down for tonight. Oh well, he can rest this week. Um, so we're on to Florida man versus Midwest guy. For anybody that's new here, I will introduce this segment the same way every time, every week, just in case we get some new people jumping in. This is a segment where I read out two headlines, one from Florida, one from the Midwest, and I make this guy try to figure out where each one comes from. Now, I tried to make it hard,
Oh man.
but I think you're probably going to get it. I have faith in you this week. So, first headline: man gets 4 years for trying to rob Taco Bell with a rock.
Oh my god.
And second headline: man drank floor cleaner before being naked in public, stealing an ambulance, complaint
Oh.
says.
I'm gonna guess that the naked floor cleaner ambulance guy comes from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin.
You'd be correct. It was the biggest story coming out of Wisconsin this week. I actually was watching this in real time on the Wood County Scanner page.
Oh my god.
This dude actually had come. He was like running around in the fucking woods before he even stole the ambulance. Come out of the woods naked as a jaybird, did push-ups, and then ran away. And then we get to this. So we're going to Wisconsin Rapids. Now, overall, the story itself is not that funny, but the whole concept of the whole thing, kind of funny. A man admitted to drinking about half a bottle of floor cleaner before being naked in public, stealing an ambulance with a patient inside, and leading police on an 18-mile chase, prosecutors say. Benjamin Feltz, 37 of Stevens Point. And, just so you want to see what the face of a dumbass that drinks floor cleaner looks like, there he is.
Oh god.
Looking like Bigfoot himself. Benjamin Feltz, 37 of Stevens Point, was charged with 10 counts, including first-degree recklessly endangering safety, lewd and lascivious behavior, and his third offense of operating while intoxicated. Feltz appeared in court Friday. WSAW-TV reports a judge set... How much, Kev? Let's play prices right here.
Oh gosh.
Closest without going over.
It can't be too much. Well, endangering safety. 5,000 cash. God, I can't. 10,000.
Dude. Higher.
Oh my god. What'd they charge him with again?
There were overall 10 counts, including first-degree recklessly endangering safety, lewd and lascivious behavior, and his third offense, operating while intoxicated.
Yeah, let's go to 50 then. He's got 10 counts.
Well, if everybody guessed lower than 50K, you would win because the judge set a $100,000 cash bond and ordered a competency hearing.
Well, we already know the answer to that, but okay.
Right. So here we go. According to the criminal complaint, just before 5:30 p.m. Tuesday, Wisconsin Rapids police received a report of a naked man doing push-ups in public and screaming profanities at people nearby. Now, if you had just seen that, you'd have thought maybe Scott Steiner just got loose and decided to cut promos in public. You would have thought. Soon after, Two EMS workers attending to a patient say they heard the door to their ambulance close and saw a man in the driver's seat matching witness descriptions of the naked man. They yelled at the man, ordering him to get out. One got out of the back of the ambulance to try to stop the man. As the man started to drive away, the other EMS worker jumped from out the back for his own safety. Now, according to rumor and innuendo, the patient in the back of said ambulance was apparently experiencing debilitating kidney disease and was cussing this naked man out, telling him that he's fucking dying of kidney disease and to cut his shit. That's what I have heard. Oh no, I take it back. It was a woman. The patient, a 50-year-old woman, later told police she yelled at the man that she was dying from kidney disease, but he never responded. Law enforcement officials from multiple departments chased the ambulance with speeds exceeding 90 miles per hour. The complaint says the driver was driving with utter disregard, swerving and causing other vehicles to stop. Eventually, police were able to use a tire deflation device to cause the ambulance to go off-road into a muddy cornfield near Pittsville, where it became stuck. After pulling felts from the ambulance, officers checked the status of the patient in the back. Details of her condition were not included. Breathalyzer tests showed no alcohol in Felts' system. According to the complaint, he told police there may have been some pot in his system, but he was unsure when he had used it. He also admitted to drinking Fabuloso floor cleaner sometime in the afternoon.
God.
He did not have a clear reason for doing this, the complaint says. He stated it was not in attempts to harm or kill himself. And then after the interview, Phelps allegedly made threats against the officers. Needless to say, I do believe that guy will be going to jail for a very long time.
Most likely, but oof, that's a rough one. Now, what about this Taco Bell guy?
Yeah, so we go to Florida.
Okay.
More specifically, Ocala, Florida. A man was sentenced to 4 years in prison after he attempted to rob a Taco Bell using a rock, according to the Ocala Police Department. The incident happened in July 2025 when police received reports of an armed robbery at 2380 Southwest College Road. Upon arriving at the scene, police officers were advised that the suspect entered the Taco Bell through the drive-thru window with no shirt on while holding a rock. The suspect, Kawarin Anderson, that's his name, Kawarin Anderson, started demanding money and chased employees out of the restaurant. Anderson eventually left the Taco Bell and was located by a canine unit behind a dumpster near the area. Anderson told police he was homeless and needed some money. He was arrested and then sentenced to 4 years in prison.
Damn, at 4 years for robbery with a rock? Damn.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically, a rock is a deadly projectile, so
Get him while it's hot, you know?
no doubt.
Dang.
But yeah, the Fabuloso drinker, on the other hand, that guy, definitely not feeling bonita. And I mean, that story has gained some traction nationwide. A number of true crime creators on Facebook and TikTok have already been reporting on this incident. And yeah, not great.
No. Doesn't sound good at all.
Not a good look for the state of Wisconsin.
Good Lord.
Okay, so moving on. We are on to the semi-main event of the evening, which may become the main event if nobody wants to hop in the chat, if you will. is after this segment, we will be doing Ask the Witty, It's Almost Anything. So, just kind of jump in as you feel. But right now, we are going to go into our advertised Mount Rushmore. The Mount Rushmore of misheard lyrics. Now, the way I had this wrote out, so I'm doing artist, song title, what the misheard lyric is, and then follow that up with the real lyric.
Do it.
And seeing as I've done a shit pile of talking today, I'm going to let you start.
All right. Well, my 3, 2, 1s, I've thought of these lyrics forever, heard about the misheard pronunciations way back. This one, it was new to me, but I liked it. It's the Eurythmics, Sweet Dreams Are Made of These. And apparently people think it says Sweet Dreams Are Made of Cheese. And I like cheese, so why not put that number 4?
I mean that is an outstanding mishearing of a lyric.
I never even heard it before. I didn't. Every list that I looked at, I'm like, yeah, okay, yep, and I didn't. But I'm like, you know what? I like the cheese one. I'm going with cheese.
Yeah, no doubt. So we're gonna go to an all-time classic, favorite of yours truly and MCKD over here. This is Bon Jovi's "Living on a Prayer."
Oh no.
The commonly misheard lyric is "It doesn't make a difference if we're naked or not." Obviously, the real lyric, which everybody knows, is "It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not." That is a longtime favorite of mine. I mean, you can't just, once somebody has said it to you, you can't just not hear it.
Yeah, I never even remember when I hear that song. I forget all about it. I'm too busy jamming.
Right.
But solid, very solid. Let's see. Oh, number 3, and this is a classic, I'm sure, for everybody, because when this song comes on, if you don't at least think it, I don't know where your brain's at, but the Rocket Man himself, Elton John, singing "Tiny Dancer," but as we all know, he is saying Tony Danza. Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Yeah, I've seen that one quite a bit. And if you're not paying attention, I could see where most people would hear that line.
Yeah, it's damn. It's right there.
So moving on to my number 3, we're gonna jump into another classic of the 70s, a member of the 27 Club, Jimi Hendrix, and his song Purple Haze. Everybody seems to think the lyric is, "Excuse me while I kiss this guy." However, the real lyric is, "Excuse me while I kiss the sky."
Yeah, that one. Yep, it's always there.
Even I've misheard that one, so.
Yeah, that one's. I could see where people would think that one. That is for sure. Now, number 2, we're gonna go way back. And this, everybody knows this song, but I love this band's Quinn the Eskimo. It's one of my all-time favorites. Going to the oldies. This is Manfred Mann, "Blinded by the Light." And of course, the real ones are "Revved Up Like a Deuce," "Another Runner in the Night." Mine are "Blinded by the Night," "Wrapped Up Like a Douche," "Another Boner in the Night."
Yes.
That's mine.
Yeah, I think everybody has heard that.
Yeah, and I don't. This website says "blinded by the light," wrapped up like a goose wearing neon tights. I can't get there with that one, but I can get there with what I have constructed throughout the years of talking to people and just making it up myself.
Right.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's tough to understand that one though. That could be a million different things.
Oh, 100%. We're gonna run it back to the late 80s, early 90s. My number two is by REM, "Losing My Religion." Everybody seems to think they hear "Let's Pee in the Corner." The real lyric, of course, is "That's me in the corner."
I mean, Dana just was like looking at stuff before I got on here, and she mentioned that one, and I'm like, huh? And I don't know if I've ever heard it, but maybe once or twice before like that. But I started laughing. I'm like, I don't know. I got my list made up. But yeah, let's pee in the corner. Oh, that's a good one. Well, my number one, um, we're going back. I mean, the 70s must have been a hell of a time because most of these are from the at least late 60s, 70s. Um, but I'm going with, you know, it was my dad's favorite song. It was his favorite band, and it's near the top of all these lists probably, and that is good old CCR, Bad Moon Rising, and instead of there's a bad moon on the rise, it's there's a bathroom on the right, and that's like that might have been the start of misheard lyrics. I have no idea, but
Yeah, I
everybody knows it.
mean, yeah, I mean that was the one that I always misheard when I was a kid and first hearing the song. I never heard it as "Bad Moon Rising." I always heard it as "There's a bathroom on the right." So, um, but my number one, and I'm gonna hit up a few honorable mentions after we after the conclusion of the list here. I see Sarge has a outstanding one for "Danger Zone." I don't even know what part of the song that is, so you might have to put the real lyrics in there. But for my number one, we're going back to the 90s. My main girl, Alanis Morissette, from her song "You Oughta Know." Everybody thinks she's talking about the cross-eyed bear that they've given her. But in reality, it's the cross-eyed bear, which when everything's kind of smashed together, it would sound like she's been given a bear with an ocular problem. It's not the case. But yeah, that is my top four.
Excellent choice.
Have you any honorable mentions?
I do not because I just there are way too many fucking things to go through. Um, I
Oh,
got
okay. Here's the real lyrics. Okay.
yeah, real lyrics. I got almost killed a bird today. No, that's the misheard. Always where I burned to be. Almost killed a bird today. Oh, always where I burned to be. Always was a bird. Jeez, I don't even. Oh,
Okay, so Sarge says this comes from Kenny Loggins' "Danger Zone." The real lyrics are "jumping off the jet deck and shoving into overdrive."
mm-hmm.
His misheard lyric was "pushing off the dick, shoving in the old vagine."
Jesus Christ! I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find that one on the internet anywhere. Let me. Good Lord.
So I had two honorable mentions that were almost too ridiculous to be left off the list. So I had to add them in. My first one is coming from Miss Pat Benatar from Hit Me With Your Best Shot. Some people seem to think she's saying, hit me with your pet shark.
Jesus. What?
And then my second honorable mention, this is a song I'm pretty sure I haven't heard, but I've heard of the band. So the band is Kings of Leon.
Mm-hmm.
Name of the song is Sex on Fire. The actual lyrics are, "Oh, this sex is on fire." Apparently, everybody else hears it differently. The misheard lyric is, "Oh, dyslexics on fire."
What the fuck?
I saw that one and about shit myself laughing.
I
So,
mean, they got some goofy ones out there. I know the Pearl Jam was on there with Jeremy.
yep, Jeremy smoked in class today instead of, or smoked grass today instead of spoke in class today.
Yeah. Oh, Sarge says about 50 seconds into it. Give it a listen. Oh, geez.
Oh yeah, I know which line that is. I did actually title this week's episode after another misheard lyric.
Yeah.
Some people seem to think that the Beatles want you to hold their hand instead of wanting to hold your hand. The Beatles actually had quite a few misheard lyrics on many of the lists that I was looking at. But I knew going into this week I wanted that Alanis Morissette song at the top of the list. So that's what I did. Kind of a shout out to the one that makes me smile and the one that gives me heartburn. Um,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
oh yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody. That one's that one's got some misheard lyrics. Holy shit.
Sweet dreams are made of cheese.
Yes, sir. All right. So for all, however many of you are still here, uh, we will be getting into Ask the Witty. It's almost anything. So if you would like to contribute to tonight's episode, feel free to jump in the comments, ask us some questions, and just thanks again for joining us tonight. You could have gone anywhere else tonight, done a bunch of other things, but you're here with us, and we appreciate you.
Boy.
Any other ones jumping off the page at you there, dude?
No. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Yeah, apparently some people think they're saying blue seal in the sky with diamonds.
The Final Countdown, Corey.
I saw that one. I don't know how I feel about that.
We're working for peanuts. Oh, good Lord. I mean, how can you miss here Eiffel 65 blue? It's all dubba dee bada.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That one's super questionable.
That's weird. Africa by Toto. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
CCR. Billie Jean. Oh no.
Yeah, I think the misheard lyric there is Billie Jean is not my mother and that chair is not my son.
Yeah, I don't even know. Jesus Christ, how you can think of some of this shit? Good lord.
Well, I suppose while we're waiting for questions, we can kind of workshop what we're going to do for next week. So next week we will be doing a brand new show live 7:30 ish next Friday. Kevin will be here. I'll be here. We may recap our evening at OBI if Kevin decides to show up. Otherwise, I'll be recapping my evening, and we'll be doing some more spooky talk. Going to be trying to find some Bigfoot stories there. Um, be probably looking at more Florida man versus Midwest guy because, well, I don't know how Wisconsin can top a naked man drinking Fabuloso trying to steal ambulances, but we'll see what happens.
Mm.
And I think our Mount Rushmore next week. Our Mount Rushmore next week may be. Let's see. We're at the end of February, going into March. We're heading into.
The worst time of the year.
Well, we're heading into St. Patrick's season.
Mm.
We are also heading into. We're also kind of sort of heading into Mania season. WrestleMania, for those that don't know what that shortened word is all about. So I think Kevin and I might just throw it back to some pro wrestling Mount Rushmores.
Oh God.
Um, I know we said if we were to run it up to 100 subscribers on YouTube that we would do our Mount Rushmore pro wrestlers. I think we're just gonna have to do it regardless.
Oh, I don't like that idea. I mean, that is a serious discussion, McCann. I mean, I guess whatever works.
Yeah, so I think we'll do that. I mean, it's gonna be kind of getting into the part of the year where they start announcing more members of the Hall of Fame and whatnot. So, um,
And wait, it's Stephanie McMahon this year. Number one is
yep.
Stephanie. Okay. Have you heard any rumors as to who else is there?
No.
Ugh, God, I'm afraid to find out.
Yeah, I'm not exactly excited to find out who else might be left. Still kind of holding out hope that Rick Martel might get in.
That's all I want.
Uh,
That's all I want. That's
yeah,
all I
I mean,
want.
former AWA champion, former model,
Yeah,
former
the arrogance.
WCW TV champion.
Was he tag champ with Tito Santana or what was that?
Yeah, yep,
Was he? He was never IC champ, was he? Oh, I
briefly,
don't. I mean, either way, it's long overdue by about 20 years.
easily.
Cannot imagine what is taking him so long there.
Actually, let me walk it back. Why don't we do Mount Rushmore of pro wrestlers who are not in the Hall of Fame but
Oh,
should be? And then the
okay.
following week, do our Mount Rushmore pro wrestlers.
Okay.
But for the Mount Rushmore pro wrestlers, we're gonna split that into two. So I'm giving you 2 weeks to think this out. So we're gonna
Oh,
do Mount Rushmore pro wrestlers that we truly liked, and Mount Rushmore of pro wrestlers by impact on the business.
God. Okay. Okay.
And I'm actually going to write that down now before I forget.
Yeah.
So for next Friday's episode, we're going to do Mount Rushmore pro wrestlers that should be in the Hall of Fame but aren't. So that's the 27th. And then for March 6th, it's the double Dutch that we're going to do here. Mount Rushmore of wrestlers we truly loved. So by saying that, I'm saying so for that, I would say those would be the guys that you would see on TV and immediately think, okay, this show is going to be good being that they're here. You know, kind of one of those. And then
Mm-hmm.
and then for the ones that it's like by impact on the business, I mean, you can take it way back into the past.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because pro wrestling's been on TV since the 50s, and it was going on for like 40 or 50 years prior to that. So you could go as far back as you want on that. Okay, so while we were talking about next week's show, Coley comes up with Like a Virgin has a misheard lyric. Like a virgin, touched for the 31st time.
Man, I saw that one.
And I mean, if hearing me sing is enough to draw more people onto the stream, I'm gonna fucking do it again. Um, and here's a rousing endorsement from Beth. We appreciate you too. And we're the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland.
So, anybody got questions for the Widiots?
Hmm.
Well, I do appreciate that, Beth. We do. Well, I have a calming voice. My dulcet tones are in high demand the world over.
Agreed. He's got people knocking on his door, sign contracts with him.
And my next trick will be reading Go the Fuck to Sleep by Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes. Yes. What a great book.
I might just have to reopen the laptop and pull that up.
I mean, what a great book.
Fantastic.
Man, Scully must have got attacked by a lot lizard or something. Poor guy. Whew.
I mean, there's worse ways to go down, but then you have to get treated for diseases.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, mm.
'Cause, I mean, lot lizards. They are one in a million. You know, that's the funny thing. I've never been a truck driver, but I have frequented truck stops. And you know a lot lizard when you see one. The thing is, there's actually some really pretty ones out there.
Oh,
And then there's the other ones that have summer teeth.
that ain't. I mean, oof.
Some are missing, some are there, some are there.
Gotta get the hell out of there.
Coley,
So,
I am all in.
oh God, I'm not surprised she's got something like that laying around. Good God. So I Googled, wrestlers not in the Hall of Fame, and I hit this list, and it's got 100 of them. The first one is Finley.
Ooh.
I mean, I wouldn't yell if he got in, but
No.
just
I mean, the man loves to fight.
yeah.
I mean, number one, he did have one of the best mullets in wrestling in the mid 90s.
True.
The Belfast Bruiser. He's cranked out like 2 or 3 kids that are in the business.
Yeah, that's right.
His one son just became a free agent that had been wrestling in New Japan. His other kid is currently on NXT in a group with Brian Pillman's kid. And they're currently trying to recruit William Regal's son.
Oh Jesus. I don't like that.
Yeah,
and of course he had the shillelagh.
He did. And he was the full and Finley was the whole reason why we got Hornswoggle.
Yeah,
much love to Dylan Postal. That guy is amazing.
Oh man. Oh God, here's Coley with a question. Why do you never see elephants hiding in trees? Oh Jesus. Why, Coley? Here we go. Get ready for this one. Oh God,
I'm thinking it's because they can't climb.
It's probably something stupid is what it is. But on this same list, Corey, number 98 is Taka Michinoku.
Ooh.
I don't know why you would think of that guy as not being in the Hall of Fame, but should.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah, but you got to get the whole group of Kaientai.
Oh, yeah. And Yamaguchi-san.
Yes, of course. I mean, with the katana.
Of course.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It was the only highlight of Val Venus's career.
Poor old Val.
Funny story about Val Venus while we're waiting for Coley to answer her own question. So this would have been just before Hornswoggle come back to Wisconsin to start his own promotion in Oshkosh. This was the short-lived Oshkosh Championship Wrestling. Went to a show up there because my buddy Steve, who wrestled as Sadist, he wound up taking on the task of wrestling Val Venus in the main event.
Mm.
And now you've seen Sadist, very in shape, very good wrestler. If he would have been, like 10 years younger when he got really good, he would have probably been in WWE. He was that good. He had people looking at him. but he took on Val Venus that night, and there were people in the okay. First of all, Val Venus in the 2010s probably not in the same shape as Val Venus in the late 90s. He was wrestling in bicycle shorts and a t-shirt.
Oh God.
Needless to say, physique probably not all there as it had been. Oh, why do you never see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it. I get it.
Jesus Christ. This is look at her bring the heat. Like, what are we doing?
Atta girl, Coley.
Good God.
But I distinctly remember one of the lines from somebody in the crowd that night, as Sadist had Val Venus in some sort of submission hold, was, "Why are you beating up on that gym teacher?" So shout out Sadist, Steve Guru, if you're out there listening. Shout out, brother. Been a while.
Man.
He was the heel that Sadist was the heel that night, so I might have gone a little hard on that guy, a little hard on him that night, but from the crowd, but it was a good time.
Rick Martel's number 76 on this list.
Should be way higher.
New Jack is 75.
R.I.P. New Jack. Rest in power. You know what a lot of people won't say about New Jack, though? That dude has some fire promos in Smoky Mountain Wrestling.
New Jack. Oh, God.
Have you watched some of his promos from Smoky Mountain?
Probably. I think all I've seen is his ECW stuff.
Dude, I think it was one of the first promos he cut in Smoky Mountain. That was the promotion that Jim Cornette ran.
Mm-hmm.
He went up to Jim Cornette and he's like, "I see I got a promo tonight. What do you want me to say?" And Corny goes, "Say whatever you want, dude. Just get heat." When he said that, New Jack just smiled and walked off, and this would have been about the same time the whole O.J. Simpson situation happened. Yeah, needless to say, New Jack gave a shout out to O.J. Dude, you gotta look that one up. It is hilarious. Brother was catching so much fucking heat that night.
Shout out to OJ. Well, man, it's like this list is 100 people long and I have to click next on every fucking one. Like, am I really going to do that? No.
When you have time.
Ken Shamrock? Yeah, he's not going on my fucking list. I'll tell you that right now.
No, if he would have taken his job a little more seriously, he probably would have been world champion. I mean, he was NWA champion, but that was during the TNA days.
God, Regal's not in, is he?
No, he's not.
That's interesting. And he still works with him, right?
Yeah, I think he's back there now in a backstage role.
Yeah, that's weird. Big Show will get in there one day, that's for sure. Umaga, stop it.
He should be.
Ugh, God. What the hell? This is from September of last year. It says it was updated, and the number one guy in there is Undertaker. He's been in for years.
He's been in the Hall of Fame since like 2021.
What?
2021, 2022.
Kane's in there now, isn't he?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
mayor of Knoxville County is in there.
Yes. Yes. Miss El- is Miss she's in there, Elizabeth?
No.
No. Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah, Savage got in there, but Liz did not.
That's interesting. Hmm.
She absolutely should be, though.
Well, yeah, I mean Crepes. Even though she definitely was not a wrestler, but she was part of the Mega Powers. Can't argue with that.
And redefined what a wrestling manager was.
True. True. They didn't have too many female ones before that.
No, at most they were valets and didn't really do anything outside of. Well, there were a couple that actually had done quite a bit in the smaller territories. So there was like Baby Doll.
Mm-hmm.
That was Tully Blanchard's manager. And then there's one called Dark Journey.
Oh God. I don't
She
remember
worked
that.
mostly in the South. But one of the biggest pops of Jake the Snake Roberts' career was when he DDT'd Dark Journey.
Oh, Jake.
You
Good
know the
lord.
DDT. You know he created the DDT only entirely by accident.
Well, he probably had a couple pints of whiskey in him.
Well, he claimed he was sober for this, but there was I don't remember what move he was attempting with this guy during like a house show or whatever. Back when he was working on in the territories. I want to say it was maybe like a headlock takeover or something. So he had the guy cinched up in the headlock, but then he just like tripped over his own feet, and then they landed, and the guy that he accidentally hit the move on was like, "Well, fuck, pin me." So Jake pinned him, kicked out at 2, but they listened to the crowd and they're like, "Oh shit, we got something." So they
Hmm.
spent like the next week kind of working on it, and that's when the DDT came about.
Some bitch. Huh.
Yeah,
See,
And Jake is probably one of the most brilliant minds. And now that he's like sober, to hear him talk, dude's just a wealth of knowledge.
yeah. And no one's used like DDT as their finisher since then. I mean,
No, not as effective.
no.
Like,
Orton does a pretty sweet one with the guy's feet on the second ropes, but that ain't a
yeah,
fin.
yeah, but it's not a finish. It's just a signature.
Yeah. Well, I suppose.
Well, I mean, the former Dean Ambrose, aka John Moxley, uses like a high lift DDT as a finish now, but
Good old Johnny.
yeah, I'm not seeing any questions from the peanut gallery, so I think we're
No, they're all dead.
gonna leave it at that. So again, next week we'll do a recap of Ghost Camp in the Dead of Winter, whether Kevin comes or not. Maybe we'll make fun of the Bears some more. Who knows?
That's too easy though at this point.
It really is. Um, maybe we'll do some taste tests. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. And no, excuse me. And then our Mount Rushmore next week is pro wrestlers that should be in the Hall of Fame but aren't. More Florida man versus Midwest guy. And some spooky talk. Hopefully we'll find something about Bigfoot. Other than that, For MCKD, I'm CMC. We're the Widiots. We enjoyed having you with us tonight. Bring your friends, tell your friends, be a friend, tell a friend. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And join us next Friday at 7:30 for our next edition. And until then, in the meantime, between time, peace, love, and hugs. We love most of you, probably about 55% of you. Good night.